Hey kids, it's story time again. Today we're going to read a book about honesty. You know what honesty is, right? It's telling the truth, it's not lying, it's not stealing, it's not cheating. It's about doing the right thing and being honest with people. So let's read our story about how honesty counts. Our book today is The Berenstain Bears, Honesty Counts. It was written by Mike Berenstain. Mama, Papa, brother, sister, and Honey were all looking forward to the chapel in the woods' yearly cub campout. Mama checked off their list of items: sleeping bags, check, lanterns, picnic basket, tent, matches, cooking pots, and fishing poles, while Papa packed up the car. I can't wait to sleep under the stars, brother said, and we're going to win the annual canoe race down the Rapid River this year. I just know it, sister added. After the cubs got settled, they joined the preacher and Mrs. Brown, who were busy sorting life vests and paddles near the river. The annual canoe race was set for later that day. There would be 2 canoes in the race. One was paddled by sister, brother, cousin Fred, and Lizzie Bruin, the other by Too Tall Grizzly and his gang. Soon, everyone was gathered around. The race will go down the rapids and around the bend in the river to the finish line at the old oak tree, announced Preacher Brown. We'll meet up there. Finally, the time came. The 2 teams pushed their canoes into the water. Ready, get set, paddle, called Preacher Brown. The teams paddled as fast as they could. At first, the 2 canoes were neck and neck. Then brother and sister's canoe pulled ahead. They were better paddlers than the Too Tall gang. Look out, called Lizzie. We're coming to the rapids. White water boiled up ahead of them. Stroke, 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 called brother as they shot into the rapids. They swept past Big Bear Rock. Stroke, 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 called Lizzie as they curved around the swirling whirlpool. Stroke, 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 called Fred as they bumped down 20 steps fall. When they reached the bottom, they looked back. The Too Tall gang was nowhere to be seen. I guess they decided not to risk the fall, said brother. Hooray, cried sister, we're going to win. Hooray, they all cried. But as the cubs drifted around the bend in the river, they saw an amazing sight. There, tied to the old oak tree that marked the finish line, was a canoe. And there, leaning against the tree, was the Too Tall gang. The cubs' mouths hung open. How? How did you get ahead of us? Nothing to it, said Too Tall with a grin. We just paddled around one side of the Big Bear Rock while you paddled around the other side. Yeah, smirked gang member Scuzz. You were so busy with your stroke, 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 you never noticed us. The gang began to dance around, pretending to paddle. Stroke, 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 they chanted. Just then, Preacher Brown and the other campers came up to see the end of the race. So that's all there was to it, Too Tall, said Preacher Brown, folding his arms. Are you sure you're being completely honest? What do you mean? Asked Too Tall nervously. It seems to me that I remember a shortcut around here, said Preacher Brown. He pushed aside a clump of cattails on the water's edge. Look, cried Lizzie, it's a hidden creek. A shortcut, said brother. Too Tall never went down the rapids. He just paddled down this hidden creek to win the race. You cheated, they yelled at Too Tall gang. You were dishonest. Well, I guess we were a little, admitted Too Tall. Too Tall, said Preacher Brown, shaking his head. An honest witness tells the truth, but a false witness tells lies. That's Proverbs chapter 12, said Fred, who liked to memorize things. And it says, the words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. Whoa, said Too Tall, imagining the Bible verse coming alive with swords and tongues. Awesome. Yes, agreed Preacher Brown, the blessings of honesty are awesome indeed. And with that, Preacher Brown awarded his sister, brother, cousin Fred, and Lizzie blue ribbons for winning the race, fair and square. All right, kids, that's the end of our story. Honesty counts. What did you think about Too Tall and his gang? Did they do the right thing? No. They took a shortcut. They didn't play the game fair and square. What do you call that when you do that? You're right. They cheated. Is cheating okay? No. Cheating is not okay. Not on a game, not on a test, not on anything. Cheating is dishonest. It's doing things and getting your way not the right way, right? It's dishonest. It's lying. And we know how God feels about lying. God hates lying. He wants people to tell the truth. He wants them to be honest. He even has a couple of 10 commandments about that. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not lie. He wants us to be honest. He's serious about it. Honesty is very, very important. If you're not honest, if you lie a lot or if you cheat a lot, then people don't want to be around you. And God is not happy with that. God is sad when you do that. He tells us that we're supposed to live our lives the right way. And He wants us to be blameless in the sight of those around us. The only way we can do that is to do the right thing. So if you lie or you cheat, you're no longer blameless. You've done wrong. Well, God tells us in Psalms 15, David writes, Lord, who may dwell in your sacred tent? Who may live on your holy mountain? And the response is, the one whose walk is blameless, who does what is righteous, who speaks, listen to this, who speaks the truth from their heart. God wants us to be truthful. He wants us to be honest. He doesn't want us to lie and cheat. So, I know every once in a while we're going to make a mistake. And we might tell a little lie to our moms and dads. If we do, how do we fix that? Because God says He wants us to be blameless. He doesn't want us to lie. Well, if we slip up and we lie, we go tell the truth. Remember, go tell your mom and dad, I lied. Now, they might not be happy with you, but you've made it right. You've told them the truth now. So, there's always a chance to fix it if you make a mistake. But the best way is to never do it to begin with, to never lie to start with, to make honesty a part of what you do every day. Because guess what? Honesty does count. That's what God wants us to do, and that's what we should do. Well, I hope you learned a lesson today about honesty. No cheating, no stealing, no lying. Hope we see you soon, but until we do, we love you and we miss you.